Right. Let's see how this one goes. So let me have a look. It's saying it's starting on YouTube. It's saying we're live. Can you hear me? It looks like it might be work. I can see myself on YouTube. Can you hear me on YouTube? I'll have a look. Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, that was a fun few minutes. Again, hopefully, well, it's with me, so that's fine. So I can get these things out of the way, and then hopefully it'll all be fine in a bit. Phew. It's fine. I'm not sweating. I just had a little bit of a drink. Ugh. Right, so there we go. Let me share the link now. So let me say the link in here. Let's see if I'll just share the link. Let me just get the link working properly, and then I can share that on the Discord, and then hopefully we're fine. Oh, there we go.
And then I can share that on
what a confusing time.
Discord, and then hopefully we're fine.
Oh, God, I can hear myself talking.
Oh, there we go.
So it sounds like it's working. If I can hear myself talking
on
that's all good. Right. I can see the comments on YouTube. I can see the comments on Discord. I am ready to go. Phew. Wow, what a faff that was. Anyway, yes. So this is the Deadzone, Warpath, Dreadball, Star Saga chat. So quick update on what's going on with those games, just so you know. And oh, hang on, and let me have a look, make sure I'm seeing the correct. I'm not seeing the correct chat in the YouTube in the Discord link. So wait, so let me get that sorted out. So that'll go off. There we go. Right, I can see the comments now on my system. I can see the comments on Discord. I think we are ready to go. I'm almost ready for my lunch break, and it's not even 20 to 11. So I can see the comments in YouTube, so I'll answer those as well. But I just thought I'd give you kind of a little update of what's going on with Deadzone. So we've been talking about the Matsudan and the Spectra for a while as well, but just in case people haven't seen those, I thought we'd just give a quick update on those and show some of those images as well, so you can have a quick look at those. And then we'll do some general questions and a little bit of a fun update about Dreadball as well, something that we're working on for that. So let's go and have a look at some nice pictures. Again, I'll get rid of me. Hopefully my audio won't go off, which is what it did last time, so hopefully you can still hear me. So what I'm going to do is these are the different Matsudan. So the Matsudan are going to be kind of like a sub-faction. So if you've played with the Vault Chasers for the Vehement, you'll know that the idea is we have these kind of splinter factions for the different factions as well. So the Matsudan, actually, interestingly, they're a sub-faction of the Asterians. So just in case you haven't been keeping up with this one, the reason why they're a sub-faction of the Asterians is because as a race, they believe in honor and kind of, they don't, like in Dreadball, you know, they're in Dreadball as well. They're a very honorable race. They don't foul and things like that. So they're a very old race that have been around for a long time. Their society is based on the idea of honor, so not dishonoring other people. And obviously the GCPS aren't that honorable. They're a bit dodgy, I'd say. So the Asterians kind of see the GCPS potentially tipping the balance in their favour, and if you know your Deadzone lore, you'll know that they kind of like to keep balance in the universe. So with the GCPS potentially causing problems, the Asterians decide that, well, wait a minute, well, let's get the Matsudan kind of on our side, and we'll use them to kind of further our agenda. So they're not really kind of necessarily betraying them, but they have seen an ability to use their honourable society to their own means. So what that means in the game is that you'll have the Matsudan teaming up with some of the Asterians, so they fight alongside. So marionettes are the main one. We've kind of looked at those. That the idea is that they'll team up with the marionettes, but you'll also be able to use like the drones and things. So this is one of the Matsudan here. This is now I'm gonna. So the names are kind of based on Japanese sumo wrestling terms. So this is the Seki Waka or Seki Waka. I'm going to get the names really bad. Oh, look at this. Dismiss. All these are going to come up during the day. And get rid of that. Oh, jeez. So it's telling me, it's reminding me of everything that's coming up in the day. So this is one of them. So this one's armed with a shock weapon. So he'll be a shock mace or something like that. So he'll be able to whack people out of the way. Let me just check that the comments are still working on YouTube as well. Yeah, great, cool. That all seems to be going smoothly. And then you've got another one here. So let's go and have a look, scroll through. So this is, I'm not sure if we've shown this one actually. This is the Anashi. So inside there, you might not be able to tell, but that's a female Matsudan. And she is a bit more nimble than the other kind of Matsudan. So she'll be able to kind of move around a bit more nimble. She's armed with 2 dual light blades, so kind of a bit more combaty than the other ones. So yeah, this is quite an interesting one. Now, sadly, we were hoping to get some work in progress painted examples, but the chap painting them wasn't able to send them across in time, but we'll try and get those next week so you can kind of see an idea of what's going on with these. So yeah, so this will be kind of teamed up quite nicely with the marionettes, because obviously you've got the marionettes shooting and kind of like your kind of standard troops. But you can also see as well that we've kind of taken what we had with the Matsudan in Dreadball and also with Otasora as well, and kind of updated them a little bit as well. So this is the leader. This is the Toshiyori, armed with an ion pistol. So Sean Clark says, are they one piece or multi-part? So they are resin. So they will be, they will be multi-part. They're in resin. So the detail is going to be, I mean, probably what you see here is pretty much what they're going to look like, which will be really, really nice. So this is the Toshiyori. This is the leader. I think the idea he can boost the marionettes as well. So the idea is the kind of the Matsudan are all specialists. So you'll be using the marionettes as your kind of standard troops, and then you'll be able to kind of give them a little bit of a boost with this guy. So just struggling to stay in his armor there. Nice big belly. And then we've got 2 options here for the different guns. Now, I can't remember which way around it is. David Simmons, who works in our studio, might be able to correct me. But you've got an ion barrage and an ion cannon. So you've got the Azeki and the Yokozuna. But I mean, he's a very happy chap. He's enjoying his job. He's loving life at the minute. Giving a good old laugh. And you can see again, quite similar to the Dreadball ones, but kind of given a Deadzone twist with a bit more of the armor. So Sam Souden Garcia says teleporting doesn't sound too honourable. I think it's fairly honourable. I don't think there's anything dishonourable about that. It's fine. And then you can see, so this is one weapon. So Dave says that's the barrage. That's the ion barrage, and so this will be the ion cannon. So there'll be a new, a bit like with the Vault Chasers, there will be a new Matsudan faction pack that will be coming out. Now, obviously, release dates at the minute are a bit all over the place because of the lockdown. So originally these were due out in July, but now we'll have to see what's happening with the release dates because things are a bit all over the place. So yeah, so these are pretty cool actually, these ones. And what you'll get in the set, you'll get these guys in resin. You'll get the different weapon options for the Yokozuna and the Azeki. So you'll be able to choose which one you want. And then, hopefully, fingers crossed, don't tell our resin department, but we'll try and sell these individually on the website just in case you want more. Because obviously these are specialists. You won't need a lot. but you might need a few more of these. So yeah, really, really exciting actually for the Mastodon, and really exciting for the Asterians as well. It kind of gives a different way for them to play. And I'm sure we'll see a lot more Asterians on the table. Not least of all, because we've also got the Spectra coming out as well. And this is the Spectra. So this is the Asterian mech, or the large Asterian mech. So, before we go on, Jared says, are the size comparisons the same for Dreadball models? No, they're slightly, well, they're roughly the same size, yeah. And then Sean Clark says, can they be used in Asterian lists? Yes, they can. So the idea is they can be combined with the Asterians. Okay. So yeah, the Spectra. So one thing we want to do is we want to make sure that kind of all the, a bit like with Kings of War as well, all the factions have got their big like standout piece. And we kind of saw that the Asterians felt, although they had obviously they've got a lot of robots, we just think really they needed that little bit of a boost with a big mech. So we kind of went to the drawing board and we thought, well, what would be cool? And we thought, well, obviously the Asterians are quite agile, they're quite nimble. So we wanted to do something along those lines. So rather than a big stompy stunt bot or Strider or Iron Ancestor, the idea of the Spectra is it's far more nimble, so a bit more stealthy as well. Armed with the kind of shield there, the plasma shield, and the plasma shield will be cast in clear, translucent blue resin. So I'm sure, again, our resin department will be more than happy with that. The actual model itself is resin 2. And you've got two different weapon options this one. You've got the gun, like this one, and a different head there. And then you've got the kind of version with the sword. And you can get a bit more of a clearer view of the shield there. Craig McCartney says, how tall is that miniature? Now, I've got the term 11 centimeters in my head. So you can kind of get an idea of the scale there with the ones in the background. But yeah, the mech, again, like I said, we want it to be a bit more agile, so it can fly a bit more, get around the battlefield a bit quicker, which I think is really cool. Yeah, so it's something a bit different. It's not your kind of standard mech, I guess, really, for that one. Base size. So it'll be obviously a size 4 in the game. And then I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, 60 mil. Yeah, 60 mil round. So that'll give you a good idea of how big it is there as well. So yeah, the Spectra is really, really exciting. We'll kind of put these images up on our Facebook page as well, so people can have a look there. But yeah, very, very exciting. Some really cool stuff coming up there. So now what I'll do is I'll just pop on to see what's happening in the Discord chat. Just see what any questions you've got, you can ask them kind of in the Discord, or you can ask them on the YouTube as well. So I'll have a look through the Discord ones. So Monley says, I want to get into Deadzone, but I'm afraid it's starting too late. Is Deadzone getting in the near future a new edition, so revision of the rules? So no is the kind of answer to that one. We released Escalation last year, which was a supplement which kind of brought all the factions up to scratch, up to date. So what you can put. Let's have me back. There you go. Well, I'm answering questions. So we did Escalation last year, which was like a supplement to update everything. And that kind of still stands. It's still good. I mean, that was a huge update as well. So we're kind of keeping that one. There's no plans for a new supplement this year. So yeah, if you get that, the rules are free on the website, so you'll be fine. Let me have a look. Any more comments on here? No, that's fine. So let's have a look at some of the comments on the YouTube one as well. So Direct says, Rob, what's happening with Warpath and Firefight? I want an excuse to run heaps of the Mantic sci-fi models in full-size armies, and the 2 existing rule sets seem a bit unloved at the moment. Yeah, I think so. I think Ronnie's alluded to this before. Previously, that Firefight didn't quite Right, so basically we've got obviously Star Saga, which is a great kind of really macro level game where you're kind of down individuals. You've then got Deadzone, which is really kind of the more skirmish one, and then all the way up to Warpath. But we really feel that there's kind of a space, pun intended, I guess, for that kind of firefight level game. But firefight didn't quite hit the mark. I think Ronnie said that previously. So yeah, I think there's definitely plans to have a relook at firefight again, clean up the rules. Now, if you came to the last open day, you'll know that we had Deadzone XL, which was like a bigger version of Deadzone, which was more like a kind of traditional war game. So there were no grids, it was all measuring, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, make of that what you will, but they're kind of, yeah, it's always looking at it and seeing what we want to do. Warpath, there was a big update for that one, which kind of really helped clean it up and kind of make it a bit more playable. I think the thing about Warpath is it's one of those games is that, you know, it is on a big scale. It's really, really huge. You need a lot of miniatures. So it might not be that everyone plays that every week, but we definitely want to have a look at doing more with that one as well. So yeah, hopefully we've had a few questions about. So Alan saying, what's the future of Warpath firefight? Again, Ben Stewart says, what about Warpath? So yeah, they're not going anywhere. That's the main thing. We've got, you know, a huge range. You know, if I walk into the warehouse, there's loads and loads of Warpath, great hard plastics, loads of vehicles, and we know that a lot of people have got the vehicles and kind of really want to get them onto the table, basically. So yeah, we're looking at a way we can get those into the game, into a game. So if you've got them, there's a way to play with them as well. Let's have a look. Blah 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 blah. Tiny Table Wargame says, any news on Twilight Kin? We'll probably have that later. So we've got Estonians are the most awesome factions for me. Now please add some rework Cypher or a PVC update kit to get more variation. Yeah, I think, you know, if we did do a bigger game, I think it is a good excuse to look back at some of the existing range and see what we can do. But no plans at the minute. So the Matsudan, when they come out, will come with the hard plastic marionettes, which are a lovely kit, actually. They're one of my favourites, actually. So that'll be cool. Jay McCabe says, any plans for new scenery packs? If you know Ronnie, you'll know he is obsessed with scenery and terrain. He's always kind of looked at doing a sci-fi one. So maybe watch this space for that one. That was from Jerry. So Cute Bunny Ears, that's a question for later about Dungeon Saga. So maybe we'll go back to do a Dungeon Saga question later on. Yeah, Skeptical Crypto says, Warpath is really growing on me at the moment. The models are drawing me in big time. Yep. Clash of the Dice says, Deadzone is my absolute favourite game of all time. And I always get worried when people start talking about new editions or changing it because it is so perfect already. Yeah, I mean, that's a kind of, we do look at things all the time and you think, what else could you do with it? And actually, not a lot, really. It's kind of, we really like the space that it's in. Again, pun not intended there. So I think it's kind of leaving it as it is at the minute. So, sorry, I'm going to try and read that, but I'm going to mess it up. So he says, how many different Matsudan models are coming to Deadzone? Can they be bought separately? So there are 5 different models. And yeah, I think the resin, sadly, Kirsten, who is in our resin department, has picked up on this, and so has Ricky. But yeah, I think we would like to do singles on the website. But yeah, you'll be able to buy them as part of the faction, or you'll be able to buy them singly as well. Ben Stewart says, any plans for official nameless list for Warpath? I think the only thing that's stopping it really for Warpath is there isn't a hard plastic troop. I think if you look at the kind of existing Warpath armies, they've all got that hard plastic troop that you need a lot of. And at the minute, we're kind of missing that for the nameless. So until we have something like that, no, probably not. But I think they'd be really interesting, actually, in Warpath. You've got the big kind of creatures like the Bathamite, which would be really cool for like shooting up there. So, yeah, who knows? That would be cool. We've had a few questions actually on the Discord. Is there a date for the next Warpath FAQ to add all the missed erratas and FAQ questions from the old forum? Yeah, I mean, we can certainly have a look at doing that one. We kind of look at them regularly. So in the Discord, we've got: would you rather keep the toxic smokescreen ciphers or have them more aligned towards Warpath's Energy Shield bonanza? So I think we want to kind of make sure that they're consistent across the games. So that'd be something we'd probably look at in the future. Monley says, what's the point standard in Deadzone? So 150 points is a really good place to start. That's quite a good one as well. We've had a few questions about the Zor. So again, the Zor is an interesting one. That would be a lot one. I do worry that it'd be a bit too similar to the Nameless, perhaps. But we'll see. I mean, yeah, I think that kind of classic GCPS versus the Zor would be a really cool, both Starship Troopers. So that'd be really interesting. In the YouTube one, there was talk of the week about PDF collecting all the Deadzone Elite list in one place. Has that snuck out without my noticing, or is it still underway? So yeah, that is still underway. So yeah, the idea is, so there were some of the Elite lists that were missing between the different between Outbreak and Escalation, and then they're also in Nexus Psi and the Veermin one as well. So we're aware that some of the kind of Elite lists have gone a bit haywire. So yeah, what we'll be doing is, I keep kind of dropping things to our resin department, but this is our design department this time. I've asked Ben if he can lay that out and do that all together. So we had a few more questions about the Zor. Yeah, I think a lot of people saying the kind of comparison with the Zor and the Nameless is there quite a bit. We've got another question in Discord, which is also regarding my favourite faction, the Marauders. Are there any plans to bring out updated hard plastic Marauders and hard plastic Commandos in the current style? I mean, we'd all like to do more hard plastics. I'd certainly like to do. I'm a big fan of the Marauders. It'd be really cool to do something like that. But yeah, I guess it's always, we'll see what happens. See how big the game gets and whether they need. So Scott Longworth says, Rob, I have version 1 and want to bring it in line with version 2. What do I need to keep on version 1, tokens wise, etc. to play version 2? So you can download the rules from the Mantic website. They're free, which is really cool. And then you'll just need Escalation, the supplement, to get the updated stats. But apart from that, actually, you probably get away with using the tokens. You might need some just to represent the objective markers, but generally you're fine pretty much on version 1. So if you can download the rules and then get the escalation supplement, you're pretty much good to go. So obviously we started a bit later for this one, so I'll carry on and then we'll go to Luigi's painting chat as well. But I thought one thing it is worth talking about is you may have seen last week we had the Dreadball historical matches, which has gone down really well. And then the idea of that one is it's a classic match from Dreadball history that people get to play. And based on the kind of how well that's gone down, we are looking at doing a new Dreadball supplement in 2021. Which is really exciting. I love Dreadball. So the idea of doing anything new for Dreadball. Oh, look, John France. Here you go. No, I've just started talking about Dreadball. So yeah, we want to do a new supplement next year, which will be really cool. And what we're looking at the minute is a bit like the Challenge Club, bit like the Challenge Cup, or the Galactic Tour. There'll be different planets with different rules. And what we'd really like to see, or what I'd really like to see, is that will become that could become the tournament setting for next year. So if you go to a tournament, you'll play 4 matches, and they could take place on 4 different planets within that kind of solar system. So yeah, that would be really interesting. Very early stages yet, and we'll see how that one goes. So Scott Longworth says, are there any more scenarios being written for Star Saga? Yeah, I think Star Saga, Dungeon Saga, looking at the best way to deliver those. So whether it's kind of a digital download, something like that. I think it's always looking and seeing what we can do with the one. And then John Essel says, is there an escalation equivalent this year? No, there won't be an escalation supplement this year, or command protocol supplement this year. I think that that one contained so much that we don't really think there's a need really. That kind of updated everyone, brought everything up to date. What we will be doing is when the Asterians come out with the Matsudan and the Spectra, there'll be an updated list for those available as a PDF, and we will also update Escalation as well with all the digital version of Escalation with all those. So right, well, I'm going to wrap this one up now because I'm late talking to Luigi and he'll be wondering where I am. So we're probably going to have some more internet problems, but hopefully in about 10 minutes we'll be back online with some more questions. So what I will do is I'll keep an eye on the questions in Discord as well, and I can kind of go on and answer those questions there. But you can keep on asking while we've got the kind of the next chat in there. So yeah, right. I'm going to go offline for a moment to get everything sorted for Luigi. Oh, Luigi's listening, so he knows what's going on. So yeah, I'll go and get that sorted, and then we'll be back in a moment with more stuff. Bye bye.